Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to be taking the best of 3 deck that 5-0'd the most recent Standard League event and converting it into a best of 1 deck. We don't really need to attack from all angles. We don't really need a sideboard plan. We can just be really streamlined in terms of what we're doing here. So I think there are some changes we can make to make the deck more consistent in the super aggressive best of 1 hand smoothing algorithm meta. So let's do it. First thing I'm going to do is I don't think we need profs anymore. This is very good from attacking from different angles. If you can't hit them with Reanimator, you could do the whole fear of missing out. Tirsa, Scholar, make a big creature, whack him over the head. I really just want to be a Reanimator deck. So we're going to start taking this card out and we're going to start streamlining us more towards just the Reanimator deal. And I think we can actually put in more Reanimator spells like Zombify to complement the Caveiro. So we're just more consistent in our game plan. I also want to find space for some more removal like Torch the Tower to have some early interaction. Also fill out our curve a little bit better. We're going to need to make some cuts here. I think we're going to cut Winter Night Stories. It's a little bit better in terms of draw power compared to Tirsa or Scholar, which are draw 2s, discard 2s basically. This is a draw 3, discard 2, so a little bit more draw power, but I like having more creature bodies around. It's going to let us block early game in the aggressive meta, and also just give us more fodder to reanimate, and we're running more Reanimator spells anyway. So we're going to get some Winter Night Stories. Excellent card. I'm not trying to do the VV profs thing. We're trying to really lean into our game plan here. We're starting with 23 land. I'm going to bump it up to 24. We'll tweak the mana base in a little bit, but this is starting to look like about roughly what I want to do. I think we're going to want some more 3-drops here, and then maybe cut a single Zombify. And this is roughly the chassis of the deck I want to go with. We got more cheap interaction for the best of 1 meta. We have a lot of draw discard effects that also serve as blockers, so hopefully we can survive until that turn 4, and we have more 4-drops that reanimate. I would love to fit in more Valgavoths, but the reality is if we just zombify like an Overlord, we get a 5/5 out of the deal. Maybe mill some more stuff. Maybe we mill a Caveiro and something else, then we can Caveiro next turn. So there are other things to reanimate. I'm just not sure I'm willing to cut anything else early game to make space for Valgavoths, but I'd love to have some maybe 8 copies of a top-end threat. I just don't think it's worth cutting anything else to make space. Mana base. The exclusive nightclub was interesting yesterday. It looks like a lot of free value, but it's a little bit awkward. One, you don't always want to discard lands. Like, your primary goal is to discard creatures out of the hand. So you're not always going to want to discard land anyway. And then if you do, you are taking yourself off curve a little bit because you need to like play a fear missing out on 3, discard the nightclub, play it back, it comes in tapped, and you lose 2 life, which is painful, and then you don't have 1 mana open for Torch the Tower. So you're taking yourself a little bit off curve. I'm not sure I'm super in love with it, so we're going to cut the nightclub, and we're going to look for some more fast lands, which is called the what? I don't even remember what it's called. Let's go to Rare and Mythic, and then hop into lands. There is a red and blue fast land I want to make space for. I don't think we need quite this many basics. We'll take out the islands, and then the swamp can turn on most of the verges here. And I think the last change I want to make is, let's get in some starting towns as well. Again, very good. I thought the mana was a little bit awkward yesterday at times. And then between the verges, we don't really need blue early game at all. So we can cut a Gloom Lake Verge. In fact, we really don't need, I don't think we need any of this Verge. We can go get the other Verge, right? There's one more Verge to get. This comes in on red to start, which is more relevant. Like most of our 1-drops, 2-drops, and 3-drops are all red and black. And we even have a swamp in here, so we can probably go up to this and this. All right, and then in order to turn on this Verge, we need an island or mountain. So we can get the island off the grave or the multiversal passage, and then this Verge turns on, again, off swamp or mountain. So we have swamp, or we could play the passage on mountain. So I think we'll try this out for the mana base. We have some more fast lands. I'm taking out the nightclub, although it looks good. And I think this is what we're going to run in best of 1. And just forget the attacking from multiple angles aspect. Just really try to 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop, reanimate on 4, and then get it done. So yeah, let's do it. I'll remember the deck. The deck is going to be called best of 3 here. I should probably rename them flipped going forward, but I started with the other version. So we're in best of 1 here. We're calling it the best of 3 deck because this is what it was before editing. And yeah, here we go. Let's do some ranked standard, some best of 1 ranked standard, tweaking up the best of 3 deck. Die Lord, 83. All right. Great curve. Mana's okay. We can play you on black. Which means we would not turn this on, but that's okay for now. This is an okay hand. Opponent also with some sweet sleeves. Been a couple of sweet sleeves lately. All right, Leyline it is. We'll hold open Torch. Do you really want to kill their one drop? Not really, actually. Like, we could probably get this guy in on black right now. He enter taps. I think we want to save Torch for the Ajani. Okay, here comes the Hawk. All right, there's something to help reanimate. All right, we can zap that. Don't think we need to better Triumph yet. Let's go ahead and just torch this guy. Sequencing doesn't really matter. We're going to attack with the Hawk regardless. All right, one to face. That is perfect. Go ahead and Scholar. Now we're looking for the fourth land. There it is. Comes in untapped. Nice. We'll decline. Discard you. We need the land. We could discard the Scholar as well. And just have more things to get back. Keep Bitter Triumph in case we need it. I think this is okay. Yeah, we have both Reanimator spells in hand, right? Let's do it. Now I've got some fodder to get back as well. Again, like I said, part of the rationale for ditching the Profs and the other draw spell is that we actually just have more creatures, and we need creatures in the graveyard to get back with Arden. Otherwise, it's a little bit lackluster. Opponent is about to attack into our flyer. A bold strategy. Declines, sure. All right, we got the untapped land. We got all our mana. We're feeling pretty good about life. Kaviro makes a 4/4 copy of this. I guess that's fine. And then we get a 5/5 copy of this guy. Do another draw discard. I'll decline and ditch some lands, I guess. Both lands can go here. Cool. Get in there. Chump block. This other guy's got menace, though. Okay, we showed up to do the thing. We did the thing. Turn 4 Reanimator. Draw discard into it. Fairly consistent. At least in game 1. Authority. Stuff comes in tapped. Could be relevant. Halia coming out. Can better Triumph that. We got no one down here to zombify just yet. Attack gets them up to 26, but not... Actually gets them to 27, yeah. We're pretty happy with that, because we just bitter Triumph the... Also get some lifelink off of this. Alright, so they go up to 27 here. That is a heck of a top deck. Yeah, we can just bitter Triumph this thing. I guess we could save it. We could technically save it for a, like, Shelter by Ghost thing. Just to be really safe. I think that makes sense. Okay. Discard you. Don't need that land. Go to combat. We'll go get our Valgoth. It will come in tapped here. I think. Yep. Make it a little bit of life. Okay. Just you guys in the air. This guy does not have menace. Doesn't feel like we need that 5th land. I guess you could hard cast. You could hard cast the Belmerk if we top deck it. But we got some mana open here for a Bitter Triumph. I think you give it to him. I'm not super worried about it. More worried about a Shelter by Ghosts. Back up Halia. Okay. Again, I think you give it to him. I don't think we even need to blow Bitter Triumph here. It's fine. Yeah. At this point, I think we're good even through Shelter. Both Halias, that's interesting. Cool. Done. Okay. Very nice. Deck did about what we're looking forward to doing. Let's move on to game number 2. I think I like the construction. Like I said, the only thing I really wish I could do is put a little more Valgavoth in there. Because it's just so good in Best of 1. It just really stabilizes the board. There's a lot of mono red. Just a 9/9 flyer out of nowhere is really quite good. I'm just not sure there's anything. I could cut Zombify from 3 to 2. I don't think I want to do that. It's close. I think the deck is about right as it is. Alright, we're on the draw. Great. Mana looks good. We just need an untapped land for turn 4. Can Balemark run 2. Hopefully hit something. We could also just fear away the Balemark, I guess. It's another option. We'll keep this. We have no interaction. Opponent is on Orzhov. There's our untapped land for turn 4. They could actually have Graveyard Hate, which would be a little bit annoying. I guess we could fear and then like discard the other fear and get it back with a Balemark. We don't really need to do that. Question is, do we want to reanimate the Balemark as a 5/5? I think we'll start with the fear here. Discard the other fear, plan to go Balemark. And then we could get back the first fear, or make it a 4/4 off the Kavairo. Okay. Pixie, pick it up, put it back down. Alright. It's not going to kill our 4/4s yet. 2 mana open, Bitter Triumph as well. Alright. Fast land it is. Let's see if we can get something good down there. Auto pay, starting town, coming in clutch. Mana looking really good. Alright, we do get a huge mill here. We don't even want to return anything, really, right? I think you do nothing here. Turn 4 Kavairo. Get back Ardent, Ardent gets back Fear. Next turn do the same thing. I think you leave it all down there. Okay. And we have a huge number of Reanimators in hand. So even if they kill the Kavairo... Huh. I mean, we're good to go for a while. Yeah, let's get it. Let's get it bumping. I mean, I think maybe the first 1 or 2 will die, but we have 4 effects here. 2 Zombifies, 2 Kavairos. They let this half resolve. Alright, we get a 5/5 draw discard. I think we can just discard the Bitter Triumph. We technically don't have infinite things to reanimate. Yeah, I think this can go. Whew, okay. I think if I were to go back and do this again... Untap. Zombify is actually a little bit better than Kavairo here because we exile it out of the graveyard and then we cannot reanimate it again. Whereas Zombify, if they kill it, it comes back. That is pretty nasty. Kieran now? Done. Over it. So going forward, I think if we have the option to do either, Zombify is better because we don't exile something out of the graveyard permanently. But Kavairo is still very fetchable off the Belmark, so big incentive to include it from a deck consistency standpoint. But probably if we have both in hand, Zombify is the better pick for long games where they might kill our threat repeatedly. We can keep the card in the graveyard off Zombify. Okay, let's see what comments are going on. Pretty happy about our start here. Kluvert. That's nice. The deck lists have been incorrect. I realize that a lot. For whatever reason, when I copy and paste the decks into Aether Hub, they are not including any of the new Spider-Man cards. We will keep this because we have a lot of draw discard. I mean, it's got some good pieces for sure. Leyline again. This guy can come in on red. All right, and we have the pieces. Red can come in tapped. So hopefully Aether Hub just fixes it soon. I could always switch to Mana Dork. What is the other one? Where's up? Crystal Barricade. Hold on, let's read this card. This actually might have relevant text for us. You have Hexproof. That's okay, we're not targeting the opponent. Prevent all non-combat damage that would be dealt to other creatures you control. None of this really matters, except we can't torch other creatures. Okay. We will start drawing and discarding. We're just looking for more land here. Between Arden and Valgavoth. I guess Valgavoth is the better first ditch, though we're gonna get all of them down there anyway. Cool, next land. Tirsa, hit the next land, and then just pop off. This is, I guess, a very Boros tech, but it's not gonna help them versus us. Alright, another fast land, totally fine here. I think we'll dump Arden and the Belmark. I get the Belmark back next turn. Technically, if they kill Kavairo, we could Belmark and immediately get it back. So maybe we'll do it like this instead. That gives us a little bit more insurance, right? Okay. We don't even need to attack, but I guess we can. I just have easy blocks, right? We'll just chill. Opponent is mad. It only gets worse from here. Shockland. Exemplar of Light. Okay, could actually be a chunky creature. We do have Menace in the air, though. They start drawing cards. Swamp or mountain. Island or mountain. We don't need that much blue. I guess this could be our blue source here. With no painless damage. They actually have a huge board state. Alright, let's see it. Let's hope this is enough. I think you want the Arden. And then the Valgavoth, I guess. I mean, they're both kind of the same. But if we can kill their creatures, then we start playing them back. You have what? Menace, right? Okay. Alright, the game is not over. They dropped to 22. We shut off Leyline of Hope. And we're going to have some huge mills here, and then we can keep the Kavairo going, unless they top deck a removal spell. Nope, done. Don't want to see it. Very nice. So far, yeah, really smooth. Great mana. Great Discord outlets. Very happy with everything so far. So yeah, anyway, there's some other... I forget what it's called. It's not called Mana Dork. There's some other website you can use to post deck lists, and I could switch. If it's a really bad experience for you guys, it costs me almost no effort, probably, to switch to another thing. I just lose my history of years and years and years and years of Aether Hub lists. Ryan Totsky says, had fun with the 5-color Spiders deck in the play queue tonight. Thank you, Doc. I had fun with it too. Someone was asking if you should craft it or not. Probably not, right? It's a huge number of rares and mythics for a random deck that I would say is functionally pretty similar to the mono green deck. It's just an Roboroi deck. It's a ramp into a Roboroid, beat him over the head. It's cool, it's fun, it's different. But if you don't want to burn a lot of wild cards and you want a similar deck, I'd say the mono green deck is fairly similar and proven. And this one is super fun, but you gotta have the wild card spend on it. So I wouldn't do it unless you really like the spider theme. I will say like the random reach creature, the random 2/2 reach spider could actually be relevant versus like mono red with the slick shot. Like there's a little bit of extra value in there, but opponent goes first. This looks fine to me. But yeah, I wouldn't craft it unless you're very excited about it. This is turned on by Swamp or Mountain. So we could play this on Mountain and turn on both. It's Azorius. Okay. What did I say this gets turned on by? Mountain? Mountain. Sure. Mountain enters tapped. Probably Azorius control. I'm not anticipating any graveyard hates. We have no ability to make stuff uncounterable. We could put the uncounterable land in there for human. It would also make Arden uncounterable. Arden is actually a human for a super long game. But I think this will just be a tough matchup for us. We're fast in the sense that we can win on turn 4. We're not winning before turn 4. And we can't put on the same bit of pressure that like mono red would put on. So this might be a tough matchup. We probably lose this game. We'll see how this goes. Alright, I think we're just fearing here. So we can go fast land, fear to land. I think we can discard the starting town. Because our Verges should be very good. Hopefully it's not a mistake. I think that's fine. I think all untapped lands should hopefully be fine. Kavira's showing up. No one to reanimate yet. Seam Rip. Okay, not in the graveyard. Exiled. Double blue open. Alright, this comes in on black. Swamp or Mountain. And we'll ditch some of these lands. The opponent doesn't have a 2-mana blue counterspell? I don't think so, right? Alright, I don't know that we need Bitter Triumph, but I definitely don't think we need these extra lands. Let's kill a Beza. Could also help us discard. If we drop off the Fear Missing Out here, we can get it back to draw discarding. I mean, that's basically not productive. I think we just bin lands. Unless you really want to play around No More Lies, right? I think we'll get rid of this stuff. Probably don't need any untapped lands at this point. And I think the basic can go too. So we should be able to turn everything else on. Do we need double black for anything? We might need double black one turn. Let's go this guy and like Average. And keep the black sources open. Main phase Consult, looking for that land. Easy pick. Tap land, so we get to resolve whatever we want here, but we have nothing exciting to resolve, sadly. Feldon's Cave, shuffle your graveyard into your library. Okay, well, we might just be on the beatdown plan here. I think Bitter Triumph at this point can go. And I still might want double black, right? Double blue is not really needed. Double black would let us what? Like Baelmerk? Yeah, double black lets us Baelmerk for 5, which might be worth it. Okay, let's get rid of these guys, I think. Sure, a lot of land. Alright, fine. I think this fast land is fine. I don't think we need starting town, given that we have the basic swamp in hand. Fifth land. No Ultima. Valgavoth in hand? So we can get that back next turn for what it's worth. I don't know how much it's actually worth. There's not a big incentive to fear before combat, I don't think. Unless they like kill something weird like the Light Shatter. I think there's a reason to give him that information. Let's get in there first. No reaction. I mean, you think they want to sweep, right? It's a little bit of a waste of fear. I guess we get to Kaviro and then like sweep again. I almost want to keep the fear here in hand, but I don't know. I don't think we're gonna win that way. Could he get countered? Alright. Big boy counter. No discard for us. It is in the graveyard though. So we can Kaviro it. Just have a random 4/4 fear. Discard something. There is the Baze showing up. Life gain and some blockers. The next Tirsa. Maybe throw away the first Tirsa. There's a chance we hit a removal spell if we cast this other Tirsa first. Any creature card in a graveyard. There's not a whole lot of value to get back, even off the Tirsa 7 stuff in the graveyard thing. I think we get in there, throw away first Tirsa maybe. And then cast second Tirsa after. Valgavoth and land can go. A lot of land, okay. We'll hold it in hand. I guess technically we could play around No More Lies. If we play them out, which is maybe worth it. Ugin. I have this. I mean, this is just gonna be a tough matchup for us from start to finish, right?
Fate flows as if my intervention is required. Then so be it.
So we could potentially get Bitter Triumph off the Tirsa attack. Scholar. I think you get the Valgavoth to guarantee we don't hit it, and then you attack. It's so unlikely, but it might be our only out, actually. The other answer is if we Scholar here, we could top deck another Bitter Triumph, but we have to blow it on the Ugin anyway. I think we have to take the Valgavoth the way we have it, right? Just to guarantee we don't mess that up. This is a weird attack. Get back the backup Tirsa, which is actually kind of helpful. That is the card we want. At least kills Ugin. They might not have any colorless spells to pair with it. Alright, everyone goes here. We have a Bitter Triumph in hand. We're probably losing this game. At some point I'll just concede and scoop, but we actually have pretty good top decks, right? Any Reanimator spell off the top actually goes quite hard, and we have the exact card to kill Ugin in hand. So this is... And they're tapped out. This is not the worst position to ever be in. Dude's got 6 cards in hand, so we'll probably lose, but we can pay for No More Lies here. That's not a bad top tech either. Alright, pay 3 life. You can die. Unless they have Negate, they cannot pay for No More Lies. This also gets under No More Lies. Discard 0, draw a fresh card. These are good top decks. Hold the land in hand. I don't think we need that one. But is it going to beat 6 cards in hand, control opponents? Probably not. I mean, best top deck is what? Do we have enough black? Yeah, we have enough black to hard cast anything. 4, 5, 6, 7. Arden is 8. Top deck and Arden, play land. Nope, not that one. I think we'll hold both to discard. Yeah, and they just counter it, and then that's pretty... We'll scoop soon, we'll scoop soon. 6, 7, 8, 9 for Valgavoth. There's only one left, though. That one doesn't change the game too much. I think you would somehow magically want an uncountered Arden. And then a Baelmerk or something would be the ideal outcome here. But we've seen no more lies, right? And we've seen 2, 3 steps ahead. Torch. We could discard some of that. We'll probably want this land, I guess. So I don't think we get there. Alright, so that is a very good top deck, right? In theory. We actually only turn it into a Tirsa. It's not that exciting, but hey, we'll try. We'll see if they have the next 3 steps ahead. We do still get under no more lies. Yeah, are we good to go? I mean, we could do more of this. If I was alone, I might sit here and do this forever. For you guys, for the content, I don't know this is worth our time. We have 3 Zombifies left and 2 Kaviras left. We could top deck them at any point in time. I just don't know that we want to sit here and do this. I think it's a waste of your time as the viewer. Otherwise, I would chill here and we could do it. We might win. I just don't think it's worth it. That's going to be a tough matchup for us, but we won't play against that deck all the time. All right, let's go on to the next game. We'll read some more comments. Ben Garcia says, super early to your video today. Thanks for the videos, man. Keep up the good work and excellent commentary. Not all the time can I watch the screen, but I can still follow solely based on your commentary. Good. I'm glad you liked it. You might have missed this yesterday then if you didn't watch the screen. There was a pretty funny moment where a mono red player had lethal with Lightning Strike and decided to Lightning Strike a creature instead of a Lightning Strike face. Ooh, this is so interesting. We're on the draw. We have no interaction. It's not awful. We have so much draw discard in the deck, including the opening hand, and we have 24 land. What would be bad top decks? There's almost... Yeah, I mean, there's a good number of bad top decks. If we hit land, it has so much good stuff. If we hit land, I don't know. No, oh God, you probably can't keep this, right? We just don't have that many 2-drops anyway. That's the main justification for keeping this. I think if you want to win the most number of games, you mulligan this. But it ain't that bad. All right, this is slightly better. I think we'll keep this one. We have lots of great pieces. It's perfect if we don't need to torch. Scholar, bin both, Zombify. I think you go for the Wombo combo. No interaction. So it's almost the same as the last hand, but we have the guaranteed Zombify if we can just find some lands. If it was mono red, we still might lose, but I think you mulled the 7 to 6, and I don't know if you go 6 to 5. All right, there's the next land. That's not so bad. You get turned on by island or mountain. So I think we go island here on 1. Starting town could be black. Enters tapped. And they might just counter our Zombify, but they don't run that many counters. Unless they're like true blue-black control. They're actually Esper. Discard a card. I will happily discard a card. Yeah. Goodbye. I want to do that anyway. Thank you. All right. A fast land. Sure. Do nothing. See if they hold a counter spell. A relic. That's fun. So they're actually like pixies here? Huh. We might do okay against that. Because we're gonna get multiple creatures soon. Alright, the last fast land, we do the draw discard. Arden, and like the fast land can go basically. That's a nice set. Okay, we'll decline here. Arden and the last fast land can go. We'll keep all the other gas. Cool. They probably won't have a counterspell unless they're running the new in web one. So we should resolve Zombify. And the question is, do they have open mana to like No, I don't think so. I think we're going to get the clean resolution here. Yeah, I mean, we're going to have a great next turn. Cool. Also a good draw. All right, do the Zombify thing. We go get Arden. Auto pay. Start in town. Looking good. All right, go get Valgavoth. 5/5 Menace. Haste. Give him heck. So they need double Momentum Breaker, and then we just Zombify and run it back. So we're pretty well positioned unless they randomly have a Strategic Betrayal, Exile Graveyard. I highly doubt it, though. And then we can also get back the Scholar this turn off Arden, so we have more fuel down there. Or go Light Shatter, get back the Baelmerk, which is maybe even better. Alright, they can return someone to hand. It's actually pretty good. They return that one. They do have the Nowhere to Run effect out. That's pretty good. Alright, we sack the last creature, so we run back Arden this turn, and then we just get back a Scholar. Torch, probably not worth our time. Okay, welcome back. Resolves, 2 mana open. Okay. Man, with Kavairo on the way, if they bounce again, then you Kavairo. And then you want something else good in the graveyard, which could be a Baelmerk, I guess. I mean, we want one more creature down here, so I think we are doing this. I think Baelmerk would be the next one to go. And then probably Torch too, because we should get more creatures off the Baelmerk. I think let's do it like this for now. Okay, 5/5 Vigilance, Menace, Lifelink. Down to 10. Up to 24. Sack the Relic. Nobody's tapped, so there's no stun counter. And if they pick up the Bottomless Pool, put it back down, bounce the Arden, we can still Kavairo, get a copy of the Baelmerk, and then hopefully mill... I don't know, something relevant, I don't know. Other option could have been to bin the Light Shatter and then double spell Fear plus Baelmerk. All right, some chump blockers on the ground. Kieran, pick up the bounce spell, probably. Game is not over. And they got some flying blockers. Pick up the bounce spell, bounce the Arden. All right, well now I think we're discarding the... Oh, bounce the token. Okay. This guy was zombified. The next zombify. Well, we know we want to Overlord for free. Tirsa doesn't really do anything on the ground, to be honest. Can Fear discard Tirsa, I guess. Maybe hit something relevant. Or we can do nothing, Overlord, and try to hit a better zombified target post-combat. I guess that makes a lot of sense, too. Alright, let's try it. Here comes a 5/5 Menace, mill 4. Another Arden down there. We don't want it in hand, for sure. Except that we could then play, like, Fear and discard it. Now we want to put a... We'll probably just leave it down there. You decline. I don't think there's a big reason to put it in hand for now. Mill again? Another Arden, okay. We can basically still leave it all down there. Drop to 5. I mean, a flyer would be pretty good. Seems like we should Kaviro the Overlord. Or the Flyer, to be honest. Flyer would be pretty good here too. Overlord sets us up for a Zombify. We're gonna get the Hasty Flyer next turn anyway. Let's get more gas in the graveyard maybe. Yeah, we'll leave them both down there. Okay. $32 cards left. The flyers are important. We do want these Steam Core Scholars to come in, I think, as the 5/5 demons. I think we leave them both down there to fetch with Arden if we can. Alright, they bounce Arden here, I think, unless they bounce the token again. Opponent not done yet for sure. They bounce the token again. See how aggressive they get? If they attack with 2 flyers, then we just win. 1 flyer, 2 flyers. We get back 5/5 demon with Menace. So they need something else here for the Arden. It's a land, 1 card left in hand. Needs to kill the Arden before combat, I think. Talent makes a ground blocker. I don't think that does it. Oh, they can eat the Momentum Breaker. It's actually not dead yet. Okay, so we are gonna get back. We're gonna get back the Flyer for free. We can attack with a 4/4 and try to zombify like a something good post combat. So I don't think there's a reason to play anything really here pre-combat. Getting the Fear down there for multiple attack steps would also be extremely good. That actually probably wins the game, right? Light Shatter, bring the Fear back. That doesn't have flying. That's the problem, right? Menace, Lifelink, and Haste. I think you still want the flying threat. I think we want to deploy the Fear this turn. So we can do that post-combat. Because I think we want the multiple attack steps next turn. So here's a good flyer. We might want the Zombify still. We can maybe ditch the Kaviro. And like a land or something. And we go Fear, Light Shadow this turn. I think we'll mill and still try to hit a good Zombify target. We could still hit a Valgavoth. There it is. To hand. Sure. And they need to eat a Momentum Breaker here. They dropped to 0. Yeah, they could have blocked that. Okay. That's not what I was expecting. There might have been a point in the game where we should have put Fear down early to guarantee the double attack step off the 5/5 Menace Flyer. I don't know what we do this next turn. Zombify the Valgavoth is okay, is pretty good in general. It doesn't auto win for a while. They can chump block it for a while, but it's a little futile because they chump block, we recast the stuff. The other option is just to prioritize getting Fear down now and try to have a double attack step with the Menace, Lifelink, Haste next turn, which will likely close out the game. I think both options are okay. Okay, pretty good. It felt like the opponent might have a chance of getting back there, but I don't know why they didn't take that last block unless they were just over it. Super nice gameplay so far. Lots of Aether Hub complaints. Steven Zuckerman says, your background music sounds like it's from Serenity / Firefly. It's just the background music of the game, not doing anything fancy. We're on the play. We need that third land desperately, but it's otherwise very good, right? Otherwise, very good. They can keep this. Alright, black enters tapped. Bamler cannot get back a land, but could get back a Fear Missing Out, which could then discard and try to help us hit land. Fuzzy Buddy says, does Reanimator suck? I think in best of 3 it's hard because people just bring in the Reanimator hate. Alright, so we have to win really fast here. So hopefully we hit land organically. Arden can stay down there because we're going to zombify it. And we're going to discard the Valgavoth anyway. We can take Kavairo to hand, I guess, just because. But we need that land, otherwise we are just going to lose here. They'll just combo off. Hand is great. We're very close. If we hit land to Scholar, we probably win the game. Tifa, they could just win next turn. Okay, land off the top, baby. Show it to me. Nope. But it is castable. Alright, Valgavoth can go. Not a land. Okay, running out of time. That was kind of the big turn there. We needed a land Scholar. Let's say they just demolish us with a 64-64 trample. Yep, pretty good. Pretty good. Anything pre-passage fetch? Like pump up with counters? Otherwise, opponent only hitting for 4 off the Tifa? Are we chump blocking? On one hand, chump blocks get better next turn. Oh, just you, that's great. Alright, let's hold it back. Maybe it stops them from Tifang, from attacking with Tifa. Yeah, I think it's no blocks if it holds back one more turn. Alright, land this time. Please! Nope. Sucks. Alright. We'll get rid of the Arden now. We have such a good hand. We are so close to just winning on the spot. But we need that land. We cannot hit it to save our life, even though we're running 24. We'll sit here and hold back. And now we're truly top deck and we have no more draw discard. We can Bailmerk, try to hit another Fear. But that's going to be it soon. This is the gatekeeper of best of 1 standard. If you can't beat this deck, it's really tough to play anything, and they can just auto win with nothing. So I think this is the current deck that narrows the format. Last format, Omniscience, narrows the format because you need Graveyard Hate, and then Mono Red was also very good with Monstrous Rage and the Heartfire Challenger. Those really narrowed what you could play because you couldn't answer either, or preferably both. It wasn't worth playing, which forced you into very specific deck building positions, and this is the narrower of this format. We could beat it, obviously, but after many draws, you gotta hit that next land. Touching the Tifa, Rage Face. Yeah, I mean, that's probably game, right? 16, 32. Thanks, dude. No land. Very easily could have won that game to not get there. All right, we'll do one more. We're getting close to that hour-minute mark. Other than a bad draw there, it's gone really well so far. But yeah, does Reanimator suck? I think it's pretty tough in best of 3 because sideboarding can just obliterate it. In best of 1, I think it's fine. I mean, I think this deck is reasonably consistent if you build it well. Now, boy. All right, last one of the day, I think. We're on the play. It's another 2-lander. We have no black. I don't think it's that bad. It's not perfect. It's not terrible. Similar issues as last time. It's got a lot of wonderful pieces to it. Man, the 3rd land is so important though. 24 land. I think it's consistent enough that you mulligan this. I think we're pretty good at getting our combo off if we do something right. Okay, at least we have interaction. I mean, I think I'll keep this. I'll put back one Kavairo. And then, yeah, we'll just keep the land. Keep Bitter Triumph. Light Shatter. I mean, if you can do anything to curve out, we just have so much draw discard that I think the deck is actually pretty consistent. Like, one of the reasons VV is so oppressive is that all the draw discard just lets you keep so many hands you otherwise should not be able to keep. Opponent on Multiversal Passage green and blue. Let's see if they play the copy creature. It's a Schooner. Alright, fast land. Yeah, we'll Tierce, I guess. And then we might as well bin the Scholar and get it back, right? And just do this, keep the land. We can just make a 4/4 copy. Alright. We'll be the aggro player. Okay, it's a 3/4. They can power the Schooner. Where's Vehicle attacks? Creature that crewed it. Do nothing. Okay. Land. We don't actually have to Kavairo. We don't have to burn the Kavairo here, right? How good is it really making a 4/4? They'll probably have a 4/5 attacker anyway. I think we could wait for a better target, maybe. Just keep the Reanimator piece in hand. Okay, let's keep digging. I think decline. Fast land can go. And passage would interestingly turn on a good amount. This is on by island or mountain. Also, we could put down a mountain, just turn everything on, which wouldn't be that bad. Do we want to trade this with the Schooner? No, we might trade on the defensive. Okay, we're out of draw discard. Nothing really worth reanimating. We can always reanimate the Scholar if we just have to. And just keep digging for more pieces. You got it. That could crew the Schooner, but I think it's fine. Alright. We can probably trade the legendary Light Shatter here. They could have something, but I think we'll try to take this trade. Yeah, that's fine. No map tokens. That's scary. What's up with that? Got a counterspell? Resolves? Not sure what the 2 mana is. It could be a counterspell. That is not so helpful. Alright, we'll look to draw discard again. And I think we'll take the Vigilance creature over the Tirsa. Yeah, Tirsa, interesting. Actually gets back value. Maybe we'll do this. Both these guys can go. Okay, interesting. Drown or tap down. Okay, you got it. Next land would let us play out a 5/5. I think it's probably worth it. I mean, we already have... man, if we top deck the next Tirsa... Yeah, I think it's fine. Alright, pressure is coming our way. We need some things to go really well here. It's a lot of damage. We're almost dead. 1 mana still open. They didn't use a map token before combat. Roughly the last turn of the game. Can reanimate a Scholar and then hope to get lucky. We'd have to get rid of the first one. But I think it must be done, right? I mean, we need something to go really right here. Nope. Okay, could be lethal here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage. Plus a schooner, probably lethal. Okay, didn't quite get there this last game. There is someone knocking at my door. I told them they can just come in, but might have to get up. We'll get up real quick and let them in, and then we'll finish off the video. Okay, well, that'll wrap up the video then. Too bad I didn't quite get there the last game, but otherwise, some really good games. I like the way we built it. I felt like it was doing about exactly what we set up to do. I don't think I'd change anything. I think the only thing I would really question is if there's space for one more Valgavoth or not. I think I like the 24 land. I mean, you saw in the games where we didn't curve out, it was very brutal, so pretty happy with that. Belmark is key to get back Kaviro, which is kind of the whole point. Could you fit in another Valgavoth? Maybe? I mean, what do you really want to cut? It's either a Zombify or like a Tirsa. You could do something like that. But the thing is, if you hit your 3 drops on time, you set yourself up, right? You go through so many cards that hopefully you just get to the Valgavoth anyway, which I think is probably more useful. So I don't know that I'd change it. I think it's about what I'd run in best of 1, and I think you'll have more success. Well, vastly more success than if you just net deck it, because you're just going to guarantee you execute on that single game plan. So, all right, so we'll wrap it up here. If you enjoyed today's video, you can like and subscribe and leave a comment. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.